Hello and welcome to today's lecture. Today we're just going to go over details in getting ready for your phone call with Cindy for the activation of your Whisper of the Seeds assembly. So those of you, first off on Sunday, I went over how to open up the box and set up the moon seeds, the little hanging spheres that are called moon seeds within your Whisper of the Seeds assembly. Those of you who have one that hangs from the ceiling, your moon seeds are already attached in the proper order. Those of you who have the tabletop assembly, you have to put together the tabletop assembly, which takes just 1 or 2 minutes, and it's easy to do. And then you hang the moon seeds from the little wooden sticks that extend out from the central pole of the tabletop assembly. You can see this on the picture just on the right side of me as we speak. You'll notice that the darker colored, more bold colored moon seeds are all grouped on one side of that pole, and it doesn't matter which side it is, right or left, doesn't matter. It just means that you should have the darker, bolder colored spheres on one side of the pole because those are the seeds for your inception seed. Those are the moon seeds that correlate to the spin keys of your inception seed. Then on the opposite side of the pole, you will have grouped the seeds for your reflective inception seed. Those are lighter in color. They're fainter, less bold in color. So a lighter pink, a lighter blue, a lighter yellow. Now it does not matter which side you place the Realm Lord. The Realm Lord is the translucent, clear, white ball. It can either be on the side with the inception seed or reflective inception seed. But you should try to have that one more towards the center, close to the pole, as you can see in the picture it is. And then the other seeds, the glass balls that correlate to your inception seed and your reflective inception seed, those should be extended outward towards the tips of the little sticks. Now, not so far outward that they're going to fall, but you want distance between them and the central pole, which means by definition greater distance between them and the other seeds. So that's how you will set up the tabletop version. Now, if you're using the tabletop version, and you're going to be using it next to your bed, remember you have to use a bioamplifier. Place it between you and the tabletop assembly, the Whisper of the Seeds assembly. Place it just right next to the base of the assembly with the slanted face pointing toward you as you sleep. Nothing should be between you and that bioamplifier. If you are using this with a photograph for a loved one, for example, then that photograph will be placed on the base of the tabletop assembly. Now, if your photograph is small, such as a wallet-sized photograph, then it will easily fit on the base. If it's larger, let's say you print up an 8x10 photograph, then that is going to be too large to fit entirely on the base of the assembly. That's fine. Just put as much of it on the base as you can and let the rest of it drape over. But do not place the photograph underneath the base, because nothing is supposed to come between the moon seeds and the photograph. So make sure the photograph is on top of the base of the tabletop assembly, even if it has to be draped partially on and partially off the base. You do not need to use the bioamplifier with it when you are placing the photograph on the tabletop assembly, because it's directly underneath the moon seeds at that point. The bioamplifier is only necessary because when you have it sitting on your nightstand, without the bioamplifier, then the cosmic substance simply flows downward into your nightstand and not over toward you lying on your bed. Okay. When you have everything set up, there will come time for your phone call with Cindy. Kay or Rebecca at the office will call you, or you'll call into the office, one or the other, and then they will put you on a brief hold and conference Cindy in so that the three of you will be on the call. Kay and Rebecca will then mute their side of the call, but they'll be listening in just in case there's any need for input from them. Other than that, the call is going to be between 10 and 14 minutes, and Cindy will be speaking to you the whole time. She will give you instructions, and during parts of this phone call, you will participate in speaking out loud with Cindy the syllables, the sounds that are related to your inception seed and your reflective inception seed. Cindy will give you those instructions, and if you're confused, she'll prompt you and tell you, okay, go ahead and say this sound with me, and then the two of you will say it together. This is the activation process for your whisper of the seeds. So about 10 to 14 minutes. Now, during this time, Kay and Rebecca will email to you a link for a special video that will be instructions to clarify what you have learned with Cindy during that phone call. Immediately after the phone call, you're going to open the letter, the envelope that was in your Moon Seeds assembly, the Whisper of the Seeds assembly inside the box, and that you're not supposed to open until after you've had that phone call with Cindy. So as soon as you have finished the phone call, you're going to open that letter and read through it, and it will give you the step-by-step instructions for how you are to initiate your Whisper of the Seeds each evening. Then you can go ahead and check your email and click on the link for the video that will give you those same instructions again, just making sure that you know how to do it, answering any of the questions that we can think of that you would have. And after that, you should be very comfortable with how you're going to be initiating the Whisper of the Seeds every single evening. If you have a question, you can certainly call the office, but we want to make sure that you are able to do this right away. And so the letter and the video should answer all of your questions and give you enough clear instructions that you're able to do it on your own. Let me read a message to you. Cindy had asked Lantos how you actually go about activating your, or initiating, as Lantos calls it, your Moon Seeds, the Whisper of the Seeds, each evening. And whether or not it was necessary for you to do it each evening. And here's what Lantos said. He said, waves of cosmic substance are received at all times. In the restful state, waves of bliss fill the heart, and the breath becomes finer. The mind settles. Residue washes away from the physical form. Once initiated, full influence continues for 12 hours. If during that period the recipient is restful, these effects will be realized. Cindy then asked what happens to the effects if someone doesn't perform the initiating on the Moon Seeds each day or at that time. And Lantos said, whispers are less, but continue for many days, even for one full cycle of the moon. Cindy, do we say the sounds silently within the heart and mind? Lantos, yes. Cindy, do we also say the Realm Lord silently? Lantos, yes. Okay, let's go through that message again just to make sure that you understand the instruction, the point of instructions. So the benefits, we already know the benefits, but that first paragraph is so beautiful. Let's read it again. Waves of cosmic substance are received at all times. In the restful state, waves of bliss fill the heart, and the breath becomes finer. The mind settles. Residue washes away from the physical form. So once you initiate the Moon Seeds, then they will be fully strong for 12 hours. They will actually continue with the whisper for an entire cycle of the moon. But the full strength is only for 12 hours, which is why you want to do this every evening. Now, the person who is receiving the benefit from the Moon Seeds must be in a restful state in order to get these benefits, in order to receive these benefits. That's easy enough for you because you just initiate the Moon Seeds at night before going to bed. But if you're doing this for somebody else using their photograph, you need to take into consideration that person's sleep schedule. Perhaps that person sleeps during the day. Perhaps that person goes to bed very late at night and sleeps in the morning. Or perhaps that person is on the other side of the planet, which means that right around noon, your time, that person is going to bed. And so you need to consider that concept for when you are going to initiate the moon seeds for the assembly with that person's photograph. It needs to be at the time that that person is preparing to retire to sleep. Then, the sounds. So when you, and I'm not able to give you the details of this, what I am going to say is just like with the song, when you use the seed phrase, you say it silently within your heart. You just think it, you introduce it silently within your heart, and then you spin the way of the song. You do that. So with that, it's the same concept, just that we separate out the special sound for the Realm Lord from the spin keys. And you will still spin the way of the song. So there are several sounds that you are going to introduce into your heart and mind through this process. Those sounds, even though you say them out loud with Cindy on the phone call, you say them out loud so that Cindy can confirm that you have the sound correct. Then, from that point on, you will simply introduce it silently within your own heart, within your own mind. You're going to read some instructions in the letter that is enclosed in the box that you receive the Whisper of the Moon seeds in, and the last paragraph of those, of the message from Lantos in that instruction, is beautiful. So I want to end with that instruction. Lantos said, as one completes this practice, and he's talking about the activation of the moon seeds each evening. So you're sitting in your bed or by your bed, and you've got your song, and you have just activated the moon seeds before you go to bed. He said, as one completes this practice, sit quietly, inviting the gentle currents of cosmic substance to flow, filling the room. Sleep peacefully in the presence of the whispering seeds, receiving the blessings of the mists of cosmic substance. So this is an exciting time. We're finally getting to the point where you are able to receive your Whisper of the Seeds. You are able to receive the activation, the personal activation with Cindy on the phone, and receiving the instructions for you to be able to initiate the moon seeds every single night to receive these great benefits. Okay, everyone. I will speak with you again on Sunday. Everyone, have a great week.